Hello, hot messes! If you can tell from behind me, I'm extremely a hot mess today. I'm moving this week, so let's just ignore that. Anyway, today we're talking about chapters 7, 8, and 9 of Sheryl Sandberg's Lean In. Okay, so if you'll recall from last week's video, I started to sour a little bit on this book, and I still like it. I still like it a lot more than I don't like it, and I like her. But my earlier worries about this book are starting to come true a little bit. The thing is, a lot of this book seems to be speaking to all women everywhere, when in reality the advice only applies to a very, very small group of people, a very educated, very rich, straight woman who's married and wants to have children. On top of all of that, as I was talking about a couple weeks ago, it kind of rubs me the wrong way how she sort of pins all of the responsibility in the world on women. I can't help but a little bit reject the idea that it is my responsibility to raise myself to such a level that I can look out for all other women below me. It's my responsibility to get married and teach that person how to take care of children, but also not nag them and leave them alone, and also work as much as they are while coming home to my children. She's talking specifically about how impossible it is to do it all and how that's an unfair pressure on women, but then she's putting that same pressure on women. If I were looking to get into a corporate career and work my way to the top a little bit more than I am personally, I feel like her advice would be turning me off from that idea instead of inspiring me. I just feel like her version of trying to inspire people to work past those pressures is kind of ineffective, and she's just kind of drawing those pressures back into our heads. But anyway, let's go on to the good things about this, because there were a lot of things about these chapters that I really enjoyed. I really like the idea she's talking about of done is better than perfect, because that's something that is a big issue in my life. I'm often hesitant to actually do something because I'm worried that I'm going to embarrass myself because it's not going to be flawless in its finished product. And that's kind of stupid and counterproductive and something that I need to stop doing. For instance, a perfect person would make their bed and clean their stuff and make a cat stop making noise, but I'm moving and that's hard. So done is better than perfect. I also like her idea that if you're going to have a partner in your life, those roles need to be equal, and that men have a responsibility to sort of rise above what culture has told them in terms of taking care of kids and taking care of a house the same way that women are required to do that in the workplace. Of course, it also puts a bad taste in my mouth that she implies that it's women's job to teach men that they should want to work harder at home. But this is kind of a lose-lose tough situation, so I'm gonna give Sheryl some slack. So those are my thoughts on these chapters of Lean In, and I'm wondering what you guys think, because I'm not sure if maybe I'm interpreting her as a little bit too pedantic because I'm afraid of what she's saying because she's holding me accountable for things that I'm not ready to be held accountable for. Or if maybe, yeah, she's just speaking to a very rich, very white group and I'm not that far off with my criticism. So for next week's video, let's talk about chapters 10 and 11. And I'll see you guys next Monday. Also, there are a lot of really good standalone quotes in here, like good little one-liners, lots of punch, and I'm wondering if you have any favorites of those, because I definitely do. And if you do, please leave me a comment or an email or something so that I can combine them into a list of awesome quotes that maybe will serve us all better than the meat of this whole book.